All right, so are you ready to jump into this?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Always up for a good deep dive.
I think this was going to be super fascinating. We're looking at the world of trading psychology.
Okay, interesting. I'm intrigued already.
So we've got this source material, right? It's actually the introduction to a book club discussion about this book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas.
Trading in the zone. Yeah, I've heard of it. It's supposed to be, pretty popular, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's kind of like, I think a lot of people see it as a classic in the field.
Definitely.
So this book club is basically, getting ready to dive into this book, and we're kind of getting like a sneak peek at their initial thoughts on what they're hoping to get out of it.
Oh, that's cool. It's like we're joining their book club for a minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, even if you're not a trader, this stuff is really interesting. Like, I'm not a trader, but it's all about psychology, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's about how our minds work.
Yeah,
And that affects everything we do, not just trading.
totally. Okay, so let's get into it. What jumped out at you from this intro?
Well, the first thing that I noticed was how much they emphasize this idea of a winning mindset.
Oh, a winning mindset. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
Right. It sounds kind of, like a self-help buzzword or something. But Douglas actually, breaks it down and makes it really practical. He talks about things like cognitive biases, for example.
Cognitive biases. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that term before. Remind me, what exactly is that?
It's like those mental shortcuts that our brains take, but sometimes those shortcuts lead us to make irrational decisions, basically.
Okay, so if you're really hoping for something to happen and then you start to believe it'll happen just because you want it so bad, even though there's no evidence?
Exactly. Or let's say you're only paying attention to the information that supports your existing beliefs, and you're kind of ignoring anything that contradicts it.
Oh, yeah, confirmation bias.
There you go. That's a big one. And in trading, it's obvious how those biases can really mess you up.
For sure. You could lose a lot of money. But Douglas argues that if you become aware of these biases, you can actually start making, more objective decisions.
And smarter decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
And that applies to, every part of life.
Oh, absolutely. Think about choosing a career path, or even just what you're going to eat for dinner.
So it's about self-awareness, basically.
Yeah. You become more self-aware, and then you can actually use that awareness to make better choices.
Love it. What else did the book club mention?
Well, they seemed really interested in the idea of mastering your emotions, especially fear and greed, which I think makes sense,
Oh, yeah, big time. Those emotions are so powerful.
Super powerful. They can totally hijack your decision-making, especially when there's a lot at stake, like in trading.
Yeah. It's like when you're about to buy something big and you get all caught up in the moment,
Oh, yeah. Or you get that fear of missing out.
Right. Like, you just have to have it. And then later you're like, why did I buy that?
Yep. And trading in the zone, it basically encourages you to detach from those emotional roller coasters and be more calm, more objective when you're making a decision.
Wow. So it's really about being in control, in control of your own mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think that's why it resonates with people so much, even beyond trading.
Totally. It's like a life skill.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. So we've talked about cognitive biases. We've talked about mastering your emotions. Anything else that you wanted to highlight from this intro?
I think those were the main points they were excited about. Oh, but they did also mention this concept of having a consistent trading system.
Oh, okay. What's that all about?
So a lot of people jumped into trading without a clear plan,
Well,
right?
yeah, I could see how that would be a problem.
They're kind of just winging it, making decisions based on, gut feelings or whatever the latest hot stock tip is.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds risky.
Definitely. So Douglas, he argues that you need to have a system, like a set of rules for when you enter and exit trades.
So you're not just, emotionally reacting to every little fluctuation in the market.
Right. And this system should be based on your own analysis, your own risk tolerance, your own goals.
So it's personalized.
Yeah, totally. It's not like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
It's interesting.
And it's got to be something that you can stick to even when things get, crazy.
So it's about discipline too.
Yes. Discipline is huge.
I'm seeing a theme here.
It's all connected, right? Self-awareness, emotional control, discipline.
Wow. I'm kind of tempted to check out this book myself now.
Me too. It's definitely on my reading list.
This deep dive has been super insightful. And, I think even though we're talking about trading, there's so much here that applies to everyone.
Oh, for sure. It's really about understanding yourself and how your mind works.
Absolutely. So for all of you listening, here's something to think about. How much do you think your mindset, your thoughts, your emotions impact your success in your everyday life? It's something to ponder, right?
It really is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. See you next time.
See you through.